I'm glad that you saw that, because that's just my real life. But welcome to welcome to the family. Thank you all of the new starseed souls who have joined this monthly calibrations of a higher depth, of a greater depth. I'm so honored that you are resonating with me so deeply, and I'm honored to be of service to your path. I'm gonna get into your December transmission, and I'm sure that your November was crazy, and I don't even have to guess. I just know that it was, because it is just what it is. All right, without much topic, I'm having trouble finding words for what I'm about to say. So I'm getting a lot of Merkaba symbols, which talks about your activation of the different levels of your Merkaba. A lot of your activating the connection of your Merkaba to your actual core of your plexus nervous system. And just so you guys know, this is just for the 1111 community. So the 3366 and 6699 are more on a different transmission, but you guys have your own bandwidth, so I thought you might want to know that. So that means they can't even access your transmission, so it's just you guys, just for you. Well, naturally that I'm not finding the right words for expressing myself, it's like you guys are probably speechless about all the things that are happening. You need a lot of time to yourself for sure right now, with all these changes that are happening, to integrate it properly, and just to know yeah. On the underlying energy, you have the 5th dimension. I'm getting Pleiadian energy, and I was also getting Orion as the star systems that are being calibrated through you right now. So your internal kind of Orion connection and your internal Pleiadian connection will be very much heightened right now. And you know, it's not something that you need to have some kind of a proof or that see their light ships to know that this is what's happening right now. It is just what's happening, and chances are that, why isn't it focusing? It's so blurry. Chances are that when you are in tune with your own energy field, you will know exactly which feelings belong to which activation of which star system within your DNA that's being activated. And you don't even need to label it, but at one point of your evolution, you'll realize, oh, that sense of frequency, those packages of frequencies have always been Pleiadian. Those packages of frequencies have always been Orion, and that will one day click for you. But now, right now, it's not that necessary, and you really need to slow down as you move through the next month, because I'm only able to talk to you guys when I'm slowing down. And you also have the card of relaxation, so you really need to slow down. And this means that a lot of you guys are on like 1.5 times the speed at which you should be moving when it comes to your mental plane. Especially your mental plane, and your physical plane is just following it. But likely a lot of your postures are also like getting pulled because your mental body is running so fast. When you're watching a YouTube video and you do this 1.5 times speed, or when you're listening to an audiobook and you can do this 1.5 times speed, that's kind of like your natural cognitive pattern. And when you're doing something, most likely you guys are not even realizing that this is your pattern. But let's say like you're doing laundry and it's a daily chore. Is that what you call it? A chore is like, somebody told me that I should not use the word chore because it's for like little kids or something. When you're doing your daily task, you're already like thinking of what to do next in order to kind of prepare yourself for the next thing. Like, oh, when I do this, and then it's like, let's say that you have all these things planned tomorrow, then you're mentally rehearsing all of the different steps to make sure that you're not gonna be caught in like red-handed or like not ready. But this is really unhealthy because it's operating on like fear that you're not gonna be ready for something. You have to be always kind of present to whatever you're doing right now. I know it's really obvious, yeah, like stay present, such a spiritual information. No, but really, like, it's really important for you to stabilize your mental speed, because there's so many things happening right now in terms of your birth cycle. And I know everybody's astrological chart is really different, but there's a cycle in your birth system that's incredibly being triggered right now. So an example that I will share in terms of people not understanding exactly, it's not really astrological solely on the fact, is that I was born in 1991. So that was a synchronicity of 19 and 9-1, which is 10-10. So as we're moving into 2020, that's a massive cycle that is not really spoken about, or that you kind of just need to figure it out yourself. You don't need to figure this out about your birth cycle, because all you need to know is that there's a massive shift happening with your like chart or your birth system. And it's being recalibrated into this golden vibration. A lot of you are activating Atlantean kind of skills, and this has a lot to do with these abilities that you're not even you're not even aware that it's occurring. Like when things are happening and synchronizing, and if you're manifesting synchronicities, you're not understanding where this is truly stemming from. And I don't know why this keeps going out of focus, but you know, maybe it's the candle. Yeah, probably. But I mean, as you can see, like, why are so many things blurry and why are so many things non-cognitive? You need to slow down and you need to just reevaluate your mental field. And it's almost like you're scattered a lot. So when you're moving through the day, your energy is scattered in so many different anchor points of timelines. You're concerned about the ascension timeline. You're concerned about, you know, your personal timeline, your family's timeline. You're concerned about your project's timeline. Like, it is so scattered. You need to just align to your pure state, and the best state is to just be aware of what's going on. And a tool for that is to notice that you're breathing. That's a very simple strategy to kind of like slow down your mental speed. And that also for a lot of people goes for finances as well. You're scattered in terms of your financial flow, because finances, your actual financial energy, has everything to do with where you're focused on. But you might be worried about, you know, where is this income going? Where is that expenditure going? Like, what about my food budget? What about this budget? And what if this happens? And what if that happens? And there's this confusion and uncertainty that you're letting your mind kind of scatter all over the place when it comes to your finances. You're learning to just shut that off and just be focused on like feeling wealthy. And that's a really sovereign state of like, you're already wealthy and there's no other kind of scattering energy from there. Like, what else do you need to know? So your main focus is to slow down and be attuned to your breath and be attuned to your core. Because like I said, your core is getting really activated, which also means like your pelvic floor is being activated as well. There's a lot of trauma that's being lifted. And I do feel that you're coming into balance and harmony with some people that have been really conflicting. And I feel like a lot of these issues that you feel with other people is a mental projection, but you've come to a place where these people, a lot of these people in your life, they don't actually have certain intentions as you might fear they might. And you can clearly distinguish between also where you've been projecting positive qualities into certain people. So it might just be so that you require a certain character to play a certain role in your life, but because that kind of character was missing, you've been projecting those qualities onto somebody who cannot possibly contain those vibrations. And that creates like a magnetic hole, and that's just been pulling away and draining a lot of your energy. Even if it may seem like that person is helpful from time to time, it was strangely misaligned, and you find yourself in these situations where you don't understand where a lot of your energy goes, you don't understand where a lot of your time goes, but it's because you're projecting certain qualities onto certain people who can't play that role. And of course they'll try to take it because you're an awesome person, but it doesn't necessarily work that way. But I have gratitude here and marriage. So I feel that you're coming into a really deep relationship that is very stimulating for your crown chakra, which means it's a really spiritual divine union. And this can be in various different formats. So not only just a romantic partner or not only just a friend, but in various different situations. You need to realize that a lot of these certain people are very much harmonized in divinity, and you need to stop projecting negative qualities onto certain positive people, and you need to stop projecting positive qualities onto negative people. You have this fear of seeing people clearly because in the past you've been traumatized with, you know, parental figures or authority figures who, if you didn't project positive qualities onto them, then you would have not survived. It would have been impossible because you were like a child or an infant, but those days are over. You're not an infant anymore, and you can clearly see people as they are. And I feel that you're very sovereign. You don't need anyone. You don't need anything external to yourself because your internal journey is at a certain level. And I think it's time to definitely acknowledge that. You're increasing your healing powers, and your ability to charge and work with water is absolutely magnified, and it's going to keep magnifying itself, which means that you are able to encode water with affirmations, intentions, and use it for a healing modality. For instance, if you go into a bath, you're able to charge the water beforehand by invoking certain whatever collectives that you want to invoke, or whatever affirmations or whatnot that you want to invoke. You can use certain tools to charge water as well. A good tool would be an organite, or you can use a pyramid form. A pyramid form, a structure of a pyramid, is one of the most powerful things. If you put anything underneath a pyramid structure, it's incredibly divinely recalibrated, the structure of the molecules. So that's something you might want to do, is like get a glass of water and put a pyramid on it for some time. And like what's helping that charge is not only the pyramid, but your intention of your conscious awareness of, here's the structure, I'm encoding it into the water with your awareness, and then you will see the difference. So I will highly recommend you do that. And even if you don't have a pyramid, you can just visualize in your mind's eye a pyramid structure. You know exactly what it looks like, and then you can encode it into your water. And as we had this magnetic activation of your core Merkaba, you can also program your drinking water with the form of a Merkaba. So just imagine a Merkaba rotating, and it's being encoded into the water. If you want to take it intensely, first connect with the earth, then connect with the heaven, and come back to your heart, and then allow that energy to bring out a Merkaba, and then you can put it in your water. Magic is not difficult. It doesn't need any dogma. It doesn't need any structure. It's kind of like common sense, right? As I'm telling you these tricks, it's not something that I did before. It's just coming through. You can channel it, and it's not something that, you know, the power of dogmatic magic or structural magic, whether it's chaos magic or white magic or, you know, first ring magic, second ring magic, the power of that is the collective movement behind the spells. But you can make your sovereign spells. You can create it from yourself. So those have been your messages for this month. I hope that this has been helpful. I am trying with my best intentions to give you the highest caliber of messages within the limited amount of time that I have with you. Thank you so much. And yeah, most likely your 11/11 messages will be over 11/11. That was just a time frame that I'm setting for myself, but of course I will take the extra time to explain things properly. Thank you so much once again from the bottom of my heart. I'm sending you a lot of healing and grace and flow throughout your month. I will see you in 2020. I love you so much. Bye.